Skips the battle for the wooden spoon this week. Something to fight for, isn't it?
Yeah, we obviously don't want to finish on the bottom of the ladder, so obviously the same amount of wins as North Melbourne, which has been well publicised the last couple of days. But yeah, look, we're really keen to get off the bottom. We don't feel like as a playing group that we've been the bottom side, and we're really keen to put in a good performance this week and get off it.
There's a few advantages in finishing last though, isn't there, as a club?
Yeah, there is, but really when you look over the number one draft picks over the previous years, probably doesn't mean all that much. We're really keen as a playing group and to set that winning culture for our footy club moving forward, and finishing on the bottom of the ladder is not something that we want to do as a playing group, so we're really keen to get off it.
It's not the asterisk you want, really, is it?
Nah, and we certainly don't feel like our performances this year have indicated that we are the bottom side, so we're really looking forward to this week. The energy levels are really good around the group. Everyone's really positive and optimistic about where the club's heading, but it's really important that we finish strong this week.
Have you got any suggestions or thoughts on how you can get around this? Any talk about tanking, or when there's two bottom teams playing each other? Like, have you thought about a way that might eliminate the conversation?
Yeah, by going out and winning on the weekend it'll help.
Whether it's a lottery
look, at the end of the day, people will talk, people have their own opinions, but I can tell you within the playing group, we're keen to win this game of footy, and we'll be doing everything we can to do that.
I just meant by broader speaking. I suppose.
Yeah, look, people are going to talk about it. Obviously, you can't stop that, but as I said, like we're focused on winning this game of footy. We won 3 games last year as a footy club. We're looking to double that, so if we win this week, that's 6 wins, and that's a real good step in the right direction.
Do you reckon the tanking's real? Do you reckon teams have done it?
I don't think so. I know, talking from a player's point of view, you want to go out there and win every time you play a game. Usually you're drafted because you're a competitive person, and when you get 22 competitive people put in one side, you generally all you want to do is win. So that's what we'll be doing now.
You must be really pleased with the back. I mean, we talked about it the back half of your season, and again on the weekend, not close but not quite, but I guess big steps forward in the second half of your year.
Yeah, I think Fags put up a ladder last week after our win against the Gold Coast, and we were 4 and 6, now 4 and 7, but it's been really pleasing. I think our fans and the broader footy world have seen that we're heading in the right track. Certainly the commentary around us has changed. Not that that's the be-all and end-all, but that's obviously the perception that you're creating, and we're in a different position to what we were last year, and there's been a number of people that have had a role in that, and it'd be nice to finish the season strongly and leave a sweet taste in our mouths going out. Our knee full side are still in the finals. They'll have a double chance. They won on the weekend, so they'll have the week off and play the week after we finish. So it's important as a footy club that on both levels that we finish strongly.
Fags has spoken about quarters won. You've done all right with quarters won. That's why I guess you can say you don't feel like a bottom place team, because you have been competitive, haven't you?
Yeah, and I think when the start of the year we set small targets for ourselves, and particularly the second half of the year, I think we were sitting at about 16 or 17 quarters won for the year, and last year we'd won 18, so far we've won 28 and had 2 draws, so it'd be nice to get to 32 by the end of the season, but that's in our own hands. We've got to turn up and play well on Saturday afternoon, and if we do that, I'm sure we can get the right result.
Best case scenario, you still finish second last. Do you still rate this season as a failure, or where do you put it?
I think the best case, we can still actually finish 15th if a few other results go our way. But we're not looking at that. We know there's a process. There's a process of where we're going, and we're looking long term as well. We're a club that wants to climb back up the ladder, and however that progresses, whether it be slow or quick, we don't care as long as we're sticking to our processes and we're doing everything we can to be able to turn the club around and get back up to where we need to be. But 17th's better than 18th. So look, as I mentioned earlier, we don't want the bottom of the ladder. That's not what we that's not where we've seen our season. that's not where we want to finish.
You touched on the outside perception and the feeling within the group having changed. Are you surprised that it's changed so dramatically in 6 months or 12 months?
No, not really. Like I think, obviously with Fags and Nobes coming on board, two really experienced guys, and what they put in place in the pre-season, and obviously it takes the players' buy-in as well. So it's been a collective. Obviously you don't know how quickly things are going to turn around, and we still don't moving forward. But what I can tell you is that everyone's bought in and everyone's really optimistic about where the club's going, and it's a really good feeling. A lot of the guys don't want the season to finish, and I don't think we could say the same about in previous years. So it is a nice place to turn up. We come in every day with a growth mindset, and all the boys are really keen to turn this club around and get us back up to where we need to go. And it's definitely been an enjoyable place to come to work this year, put it that way.
This might be a little bit left field, but looking back to when you started turning your form middle of the season was about when Josh Shackey re-signed, and a few blokes came out after that, and I think McStay might have signed a week or two later and said Shackey signing had given him confidence that young guys were buying in. Did that make much of a difference, or did it change the mood of the playing group, or did that have an influence at all, do you think?
Oh, look, it was obviously a big thing for the footy club. In previous years, we haven't been able to hold on to our young talent. So by Josh re-signing and committing to the club just shows, and it's a reflection of the environment that he's been in over the past, 7-8 months. He's really enjoyed his footy. There's been times where he's struggled, obviously with form, but for him to commit to the footy club just shows that we're heading in the right direction, and it sends a really strong message to our other younger guys that if we can stick together, I think success can be just around the corner for us, and hopefully we'll surprise a few in how quickly that may be. So yeah, we're really pleased to have him stay at the footy club, obviously, and he's got a really important part to play in the rest of the year as well, whether that be this week in the AFL side or in the NEAFL side. So Josh is in high spirits at the moment, and as a lot of our younger guys are, they've really enjoyed their footy this year, and they're really keen to finish the year strongly.
We just heard before we started that Sam Skinner's done his ACL. How do you deal with a guy in his position that's now having to confront another, for the third time, having to confront a year on the sideline?
Yeah, it's devastating for Sam. Obviously 3 in 3 years now, so he's heartbroken, and a lot of our hearts broke with him yesterday when we heard the news. He's such a well-respected guy around our footy club. He's been through a number of different challenges over his short career, but I know Sam personally, and I've got a really good relationship with him, and what I can say about him is he's one of the most resilient people that I've ever come across in footy. Obviously, you're dealing with the situations that he's had to at such a young age. He shows a lot of character, a lot of fight, and he's got another sort of 9 to 12 months ahead of him of rehab, and he's going to have his ups and downs, but what he's got is he's got a playing group and a support, and our footy staff that are supporting him all the way and are going to ride the highs and they're going to ride the lows with him. So we're really throwing our support behind Sam. Obviously it's a difficult time for him at the moment, but with the support around him, he should be able to get through, and as I said before, he's a resilient guy, and he'll attack his rehab.